our ulamas from Katsina State, traditional rulers, former ministers, former senators, former head of security agencies, other eminent personalities from the state. Mr. President, my job today is very simple. I, being the leader of the delegation, that does not mean I'm the person to speak to you about the state. When I have my elders before me, I found it difficult to make any presentation. Rather, I will allow my elders to say what they want to say about our state. But Mr. President, I would like to thank you very much. And I want to say it before the elders of our state that there was never a time I came to Mr. President with any request that Mr. President rejected that request. I was with Mr. President on Saturday, and I requested for this audience. He granted this audience there and then, and he said you can bring whatever number you want to bring. We thank you, Mr. President, for this singular honor that you have been doing to us. We thank you, Mr. President, for always sharing with Katsina. That shows that you are really a true son of the state. You have honored the state, being the first state you visited officially, and you spend a night. And also, the honor you have given to our leader, the former President Muhammadu Buhari. We cannot stop thanking you for this privilege. Mr. President, we are here. I know Mr. President is aware of the problems affecting our state, most especially the issue of insecurity and other development projects that START is yearning for. And we thank Mr. President for awarding some of those projects. Mr. President, I would like to stop here because mine is just to make an introduction. But the leader of this delegation, whom the delegation has empowered to speak, I will give him an opportunity to do that. But I will not stop. I want to thank you, Mr. President, and thank you very much for the way you hold one of our sons, your Waziri. He has been a pillar to us. He has been very supportive to the state. And we must thank you, Mr. President. And all the appointments you have given us. We have 2 ministers from the state. We have a special advisor on policy from our state, and a host of other appointments you have given us. We thank you, Mr. President. May God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على النبي الكريم. Your Excellency, Mr. President, the Chief of Staff, Your Excellencies, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, please allow me to stand by the established protocol because of time. Mr. President, on behalf of the Katsina State Elders, and with a deep sense of gratitude to the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I am honored to stand before you, to sit before you, sir. On behalf of the elders, we wish to express our sincere appreciation to Mr. President for the unwavering commitment and determination of the federal government under your exceptional leadership in tackling the security and other developmental issues of our beloved state. Mr. President, your recent visit was a tremendous source of encouragement to the people and government of Katsina State. Furthermore, your personal presence along with your family, during the funeral proceedings for our late former President Muhammad Buhari, served to deepen the connection and loyalty of our citizens to you and your administration. We have always regarded you as one of us, and we will continue to do so, sir. The people of Katsina State will forever remember the honor of the state burial you gave to our beloved late president, which was attended by the vice president with the 25 cabinet ministers you specifically directed to stay behind for the days of the activities, to participate and in receiving condolences. We are profoundly and eternally grateful for the compassion Your Excellency demonstrated in handling this sad passage of our leader, and indeed your beloved friend. Mr. President, let us use this opportunity to also to convey our sincere thanks for all the efforts you are making in ensuring a lasting peace in our state and indeed in Nigeria. We equally commend you for the award of various contracts for projects across the state, which are intended to improve our available infrastructure. This is in addition to the recent approval Your Excellency has granted for the takeover of the Lambarimi 10 megawatts windmill power project. We are eternally grateful for that, sir. Mr. President, the people of Katsina State are particularly and highly appreciative of the federal government's unwavering commitment in completing the Kanu-Maradi rail project and for the rehabilitation of Malumfashi-Kafur Highway, all in the state. While thanking Mr. President for all the foregoing, however, we must also take this opportunity to draw the attention of Mr. President that as at today, the execution of the following road projects, which were started in earnest, have been abandoned by the contractors. The Katsina-Kano Road Dualization Project, the Daura-Kano Road Dualization Project, and the Yashe-Malumfashi-Funtua Project. Mr. President, we want to stress that people forget who starts a project, but never forget who completes it. We further wish to seek the indulgence of Mr. President to request that he directs the awarding of the contract for the rehabilitation of Marabar Ankara to Katsina Road. We also appeal for the direct intervention of the Mr. President to ensure swift completion of these much-needed projects. Mr. President may also wish to note of the urgent need for his intervention toward the completion of abandoned projects at Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Airport, Katsina. We seek that the relevant federal government agencies, specifically the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, as well as the Nigerian Air Force, be made to expedite action on the completion of the following critical infrastructure projects. 1, the construction of a civilian terminal building and the expansion of the Umar Musa International Airport project. 2, the construction of a cargo terminal at the airport. 3, the establishment of an aviation flying school in Katsina. Additionally, Mr. President, we wish to draw urgent attention to the recent surge of insecurity in some parts of our state. We particularly refer to the tragic incident in Unguwar Mantau village in Malumfashi local government, which claimed the lives of 25 innocent lives. We appreciate your show of concern and all what your government has done and continues to do on the security of the nation, especially the expression of sympathy over the unfortunate incidents. At the same time, however, Mr. President, the elders of Katsina State respectively request Mr. President to immediately consider the following critical measures. 1, a directive be given to all the relevant security agencies to foster seamless synergy in their efforts to combat banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and other criminal activities plunging our communities. 2, expedite the deployment of more air power, utilizing decisive strikes against renowned bandits' enclaves by using well-guided bombs in established locations with coordinates rather than merely repelling attacks. Mr. President, let the system be more proactive than reactive. 3, provide additional and sufficient ground troops in the frontline local governments to conduct comprehensive clearance operation, serving as crucial support for air operations. And 4, the establishment of a military battalion and mobile police squadron in southern part of the state to assist in restoring peace and order. At this juncture, Mr. President, allow me to point out that despite the state's very limited and meager financial resources, the state government, the Katsina state government, has expended well over 40 billion naira on security assets, training, and other logistic supports for our national security agencies, particularly those domiciled in Katsina. These are much needed funds which could have been judiciously utilized to provide infrastructure and other much needed social services to our community. We therefore, Mr. President, humbly appeal that a special grant be made to the state in restitution of this amount to enable the government to provide the essential infrastructure needed by our people. We also wish to emphasize the urgent need for the federal government's intervention in the resettlement of banditry victims and the funding of their livelihood support programs. Mr. President, I would like to use this medium to once again appreciate Mr. President for granting us, the Katsina elders, this valuable audience. It is our fervent hope that this courtesy visit will lay a sound foundation for restoring peace in our dear state and by implication in the whole of Nigeria. We are particularly convinced that by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the completion of the project we have earlier mentioned in this address will go a long way in opening up and improving the connectivity of the state with other parts of Nigeria, and greatly enhance the economic prosperity of our state and Nigeria at large. We also collectively believe that this engagement with you, Mr. President, will effectively remove all obstacles hindering the progress of various federal government projects within our states and indeed all over the country. We pray to the Almighty Allah to continue to guide and protect Mr. President and to continue to give you the good health for the enduring benefit of all Nigeria. Your good health is our good health. Long live Mr. President, long live Katsina State, and very importantly also, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you very much, sir.
Everybody representing Katsina State is here. Mr. President, while thanking you for the short notice, like the governor said, he spoke to you on Saturday, and you gave today, despite your tight schedule, it shows how important Katsina State is to you and the people of Katsina State. We thank you very much. I think what I would have thanked you more, the governor did, the Wazir in Katsina on behalf of the elders did, the role you played when late President Muhammadu Buhari died. You played a role that was never played in this country. It was a real state funeral for a departed former president. So we cannot thank you enough. But our actions, God willing, will show you that we will appreciate what you have done. This may not be the venue or avenue. For those of us who know you, we know you have the courage, the vision, the ability to confront odds. You have taken very hard decisions. Only leaders can take. Normally, we politicians are known to be afraid of the next election. But the decisions you have taken on behalf of this country are decisions that show that you love the country more than the next election. I'm sure God, Allah and His infinite mercy will be with you. We are assuring you that under the leadership of the governor, Dr. Umar Dukwarada, Katsina will be delivered in all elections to APC, inshallah. The Waziri has listed many items which need your kind attention. And I am sure, knowing you, you will give all the issues he raised necessary attention. My addition to this, in building local communities, we need to build their capacity, skill acquisition. At various levels is urgently needed in order to curb this unemployment. In order for people to know that acquire education is not to go to have a paid job, but you can employ yourself and also employ others. Our youth, Mr. President, the people are highly talented people, determined, very courageous. You know, there is one singer which says, the people of Katsina are not afraid, but it can be shy. That's what we are. Given the opportunity, our youth will be put to work. They will work. So I think we need to look at serious issue of skill acquisition at micro level. It's not about big and sophisticated. We at TED Fund we have started, and we have started. Katsina is part of the state that we have selected to start this skill acquisition under Katsina Polytechnic, Hassan Usman Polytechnic. So, Mr. President, in addition to what he said, I think we need to look deeper. I know the federal government has spent a lot of resources in empowering youth, and a lot of things are going on under Federal Ministry of Education and Labor in order to put people on the job, especially the youth, the rest of youth. So, Mr. President, we cannot thank you enough. We have come with a basket full, but it's only full in Katsina State. But in federal government, it's just a fraction. It's like putting a needle in a cup of water. So it will take very little. So all the requests that the Waziri has enumerated are requests that are within the reach, doable, affordable by the almighty federal government, and you know, your history with Katsina started before Buhari. Your history with Katsina, with late Sheikh Musa Radwa, is a history that is known to us. So your association with Katsina makes you a Katsina man. So this is your request coming to you. So I am sure we will all be going back here happily with a positive answer of yes. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Nasi Sonny Sangodara, former Governor, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, Dr. Umar Mutalab. I've listened to you. It's a joy. I'm in a family meeting. That's the way I feel it. And yes, the time we lost our brother, give me credit. It's a loss to all of us. But that is the will of God Almighty. But he has left a good will. He didn't hand over a country defeated, a country in ruin, a political structure battered. He left a legacy of success. That is the most important thing. We just have to continue to pray that may Almighty Allah grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus and grant the rest of us the ability to stand any storm and push Nigeria forward, not to look back in sorrow, but move forward in success. Yes, unto God we came, and anytime He can call any of us, but it would have been a regret if I had lost the election to the other party. There's no other wish he would have had. Katsina is intact. The presidency is intact. Oh, alhamdulillah. And you are all here in good health. What is happening in the country and the security challenges that we have is surmountable. Yes, we have a very porous border. We inherited, the weaknesses which should have been conquered and buried earlier on, but is the challenge that we got to face, and we are facing it. I've had today, directed all the security agencies to energize further, to look at the strategy again, additional deployment of air drones, and if they have to shift movement in between Katsina and other boundary areas, they should do so. And they're going to give me a feedback by tomorrow. So the ground troops are there. Other expenses has been looked at, and intervention in for the settlement of any bandits that may surrender. If they surrender, otherwise we will still smoke them out. If not, I've listened to you on the question of manufacturing and everything. Just put everything in writing. Since you have it, so we'll continue to look at it and tick one by one. I'm reviewing all the aspects of the security. It might be necessary, instead of all this civilian, this medical, this, or JTVFT, civilian, that, and we might have to create state police. We are looking at that holistically. We will defeat security. It will be effective. We must protect our children, our people, and our livelihood, and places of worship and places of recreation. They can't intimidate us. On one hand, the forest guard is being empowered, and we empower them effectively. We push that. We defeat, the fear of politicization by political differences that has prevented establishment of the state community policing in the past. And there should be other ways to really counter all of that. I can assure you there's no thinking that we will be left out. To every member of the Katsina family that are here, well, I thank you for all the good job you've been doing. And you see our elders here now. So I have my sisters and brothers who are cabinet members working with me. So I have where to report. So if you are lazy, I just send you home. But I can report them back to them now that we are doing well so far. As of today, they are doing all very well. You have quality people, and they are performing. So I'm grateful to all of you enjoy the visitation. I rather go back to work. There are certain things that we are doing, a lot of mechanization, irrigation, and opportunity to empower our youths, to train them in fabrication of and repair and maintenance of mechanized farming. Make it easier instead of bending back and craning of neck. Nigeria will survive.